Well, Heather, hopefully your opinions on this show will change. Hopefully. I'm not going to say I know it's going to change. I know there's one character that's coming up that I have a good feeling that you're going to love.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a character that comes in this episode. Faye. There's a woman named Faye, and she is, how do you say, a trip. She's a trip, and she's an awesome character. I think you'll like her a lot.
I'm not very excited for this, honestly. So
no, I know you're not. I know. Well, honestly, I didn't really get into Cowboy. Like, my buddy Andrew, who got me into anime, didn't like this. He didn't like Cowboy Bebop at first, but then he came back to it, and I think it was like 2004, 2005. I hadn't seen him in like, I don't know, 6 months, and I talked to him, and I was just like, so yeah, man, you seen any good anime here recently? I was like, yeah, man, actually I went back and I watched Cowboy Bebop. It was on Adult Swim, and I watched it, and I gotta say, man, it was pretty damn good. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, dude, the episode that you showed me wasn't that good. And I'm like, that was the only one that was on, man. It was Adult Swim. I mean, they only play one episode a night.
yeah.
And there's a good stretch of episodes right here. These next 3 are what a lot of people consider to be some of the best.
Well, after those, if I don't want to continue, we'll probably take a break and maybe come back to it and see.
Yeah, well, or if you want, actually, somebody suggested this. Somebody in the comment section just said, show her episode 9. That is all. And I'm like, I know what happens in episode 9, and I know what you're getting at, and I think she'll love it. But I'm a stickler for chronology.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Eventually, if she doesn't like this and she feels like coming back to it at one point, then awesome. But if not, well, life goes on. C'est la vie. Oh, and also for everyone out there saying, the dub. I can't believe you're watching the dub. It's like, get over it. Stop being such a child. Enjoy what you enjoy. If you don't
be 100% fair, if we watched the sub right now, we couldn't be watching this because my eyesight is being affected by that medication so bad. I don't think I'd be able to see the words.
So
because all of the lights, like, for those of you that don't know, I can like see the beams and like the TV glows, and I don't think I could read the white letters and stuff right now.
Damn. Yeah,
I can't drive at night right now. Like, this medication, the pressure in my eyes is elevated, and my pupils are staying all the way dilated. Like, Ben shined a light in them, and they didn't budge.
Yeah, that's true. I was there for that.
Yeah.
He did the ocular test, and they didn't move.
They're pretty bad.
So yeah, her ocular senses are like dialed up to 12 right now.
Yeah.
So it's not good.
We can't watch that.
And also, here's the kicker with the dub. Watanabe, the director of this anime, the Japanese director, has gone on to say that he actually prefers the English dub because he feels it works better, and he wishes now he would have recorded English for this and done Japanese subtitles, because he felt like it would have worked better that way. But what can you do? You're not going to satisfy everybody, and there's going to be people out there who say subs are death, and I'm like, okay, enjoy dying in that little corner of the internet that values your opinion so much.
I do like subs most of the time on anime, but
I do too.
I've gotten less picky as I've gotten older.
Well, same here. There was a time where, I had there were shitty dubs when I was a kid. I mean, Sailor Moon and the Ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z. The Ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z had its good points, but mostly it was pretty bad.
Unpopular opinion, but Attack on Titan's dub is so fucking bad.
It is. No, it is.
And
I agree.
Another one that's real bad is Bible Black.
Oh. And need we mention Ghost Hunters? No, I don't think we need to. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Cowboy Bebop, episode 3, Honky Tonk Women. All right. Here we go. Oh, God.
Looking to make some big bucks? I think you'd fit right in here.
You know the first rule of combat?
Huh?
Shoot them before they shoot you. Quite an elaborate way to get acquainted.
Well,
I understand you've accrued quite a large debt. Would you rather deal with the Galactic Police or me, Ms. Queen of Hearts?
that's an ace of hearts, but close enough.
I'm really sorry to mention this. No smoking in here.
Would you be upset if I said I know somebody who actually did that? No, literally, like he was just like somebody bet him to eat a cigarette, and he was just like, okay.
That's awful.
That's 21.
What a shame. It appears I'm not skillful, and I'm not lucky either.
Then what are you?
I seem to be very generous.
20. Blackjack. 21.
Another blackjack.
You cleaned me out. All but this one chip.
Hey, you! What happened to your generosity? You're messing up the whole plan.
Huh?
Don't play stupid. You're supposed to give me that last chip.
You're pretty brash. You cheated the whole game, and I didn't say a word.
Can you come with me to the office, sir? We have some questions.
Like what?
This is what I'd imagine it would be like to punch Micah. He'd just be like,
Bad
Okay.
move.
You punk!
Okay, showtime.
Looks like we got a problem. Oh, Spike.
He doesn't have it. The chip he was carrying is a fake.
Neither you nor your boss were told why we cooked up this plan, but there's a reason, and that chip is crucial. Track her down. Put a price on her pretty head.
Hey, Jet, how much did you win on those slots?
It must have been 200K minimum.
And who made you lose the whole pile?
Come on, Ein, let's go.
What are you doing? Come back here!
What do you want?
Well, we were thinking about you, and we had a little change of heart. Why lock a fine young lady like you up in a place like this?
You creeps aren't getting any ideas, are you?
On the contrary, we're taking you someplace where you'll be very well protected.
Oh, and where would that be?
The police station.
Come on. Have a heart. Take me anywhere but the police.
They're the only ones who will pay your bounty.
I can't be stuck in one place for long. It'll kill me. My whole family's like that.
Yeah, right.
We're Romanes. For eons we've wandered the stars looking for love. It's our way.
Huh?
Oh, the wilds are calling me. You can't keep me locked up.
Save it for the police.
Come on, Jet.
I'm
let's
just
get
like,
out of here.
oh.
Oh, fine. Look,
Oh,
I'm not
shut
gonna
up.
run away. At least uncuff one hand. I can't even go to the bathroom this way.
Okay, 6 million turns into 30 million.
Our little nest egg's growing.
I'd be scared to do that.
Right?
Because one wrong move and you go floating into the infinite abyss of space. Nothing to stop you. That's scary to me.
Yep.
Very scary.
Stupid dog!
Sellers who want cash up
You made
front
me
are
look
rare
bad.
these days. Yeah, guess I'm just an old-fashioned kind of guy.
Beautiful. Now, we will both count to 3.
3.
Nice try.
Hey! You're supposed to open the hangar!
Well, he did.
Hey, Gojo.
Hello, Romany.
Sink them! Destroy all of them!
It's coming back around!
Oh. I guess that place is in need of a new casino manager.
Yeah.
Wonder if I could get the job.
It's probably already filled.
Damn it. You're right.
Beat me again.
Okay. So, what did you think of that episode? Bit better?
I mean, it's still just not my thing.
Really?
Well, yeah, like...
What's turning you off about it?
I don't really know. I don't really like... I don't like it so much I don't know the words for it. It's like the bounty hunters and the gangsters and the crime and the space and the all of that all of those elements I don't really like are all in one show.
Why don't you like gangster stuff?
Well, and like I know this is taking a leap, but the closest thing to this that I like is Supernatural. And even then I only liked it for the first 4 seasons.
How in the hell is this comparable to Supernatural?
Well, to me it's 2 people going on a bounty or a mission, if you will.
Well, there's more than just the 2 characters.
Yeah, but they're just not there yet. So that's all I have to compare it to, really. And, or for example...
That is the strangest comparison. I have never heard anyone compare this show to
Isn't, like,
Supernatural.
Pulp Fiction a bounty thing?
Yeah.
So I liked Pulp Fiction, but it wasn't really emphasizing on the parts I don't like, I guess.
What, the gangster stuff?
I'm just not about it.
It was all about gangster stuff.
But it was different. It was like something I'd never seen before.
And this is something you've seen before.
I wouldn't say it's something I've seen before, but it's definitely... I don't know the right words to describe how I don't like it, because everything I'm thinking of just has elements. Like, I don't like Mass Effect. And the only reason that's relating to this is the space and, like, the environment, if you will. But I also hate space. I hate war. I hate gangsters. And then you're like, well, welcome to Destiny, aka Space Wars.
Yeah.
It just depends how it's done and what's focused on, I guess.
So, a big epic story where there's like a big main bad guy for you to fight. One of the most stereotypical stories throughout all of human history.
I wouldn't say that, because I like American Horror Story, well, season 1, and I like Elfen Lied, or Attack on Titan, or Erased, which I guess that was one person, but I don't know how to express why I don't like it.
Well, here's the thing
I'm
about
just
this.
not into the crime aspect, I guess. It's kind of like an... Oh, I better not say that.
Don't say it.
It's like an anime Lifetime movie.
Okay, there's a problem with this, and between a Lifetime and a Lifetime movie. The hero in a Lifetime movie is always a woman.
That's fair.
That's one thing I can safely say. This is... Here's the kicker with these stories that you're seeing so far.
Mm-hmm.
There is no massive overlaying plot line.
Mm-hmm.
These are just people on adventures.
Well, and I actually liked Supernatural, and maybe this will help bring it in, best in season 1, where instead of this big overlying plot, it was just, hey, here's our next mission, we're going to fight this.
Yeah.
Hey, this was happening, let's go do this. Every episode was different. And as soon as it turned into like, okay, we gotta get the gate and stop the angels and the fucking demons, holy shit, I was just uninterested.
Yeah. And
like, they ruined it for me.
Yeah, and that's not what you're going to find here. There is no overarching plot line. It's just bounty hunters trying to earn a living.
Right, but the style isn't for me. Like, the girl I actually, Faye Valentine?
Yeah.
I actually despised her.
Really?
I'm not into the... I don't know the words.
Well, she's a tomboy, number 1. Number 2, she can handle herself.
I mean, yeah, she was a badass, but she wasn't the kind of badass I like. You're real upset.
No, I'm not upset. I'm just confused. See, here's the thing.
It's hard to explain why you don't like something for me.
I can definitely tell.
If anyone has a better way of wording what I'm trying to say, please tell me, because I'm doing my best, but it's just not working. It's like even the art style I don't like. I mean, it's literally everything. Like, I hate all the characters except for the dog, Ein. I like the dog. I don't like the art. I like the soundtrack alright. I think it's interesting what they pick to go over which scenes. Like going to a casino and this chip having a super secret key in it, and there's a bounty for this girl, so she breaks out and they're blowing up shit. Like, it's just not my thing. And then the other one, there's this genetically engineered dog, which was cool, and we chased down the dog, but it's not dragging me in.
I can understand a show not grabbing somebody. It's just I always try to understand a person's criticisms about it. That's just like two people I greatly respect, Doug Walker and Chris Stuckman, two of my favorite movie reviewers of all time. Mm-hmm. They both have completely opposite opinions about a movie called Signs. It's got Mel Gibson in it, and it's about aliens. Chris Stuckman loves it, considers it one of the best films of all time. He treasures it greatly, sees it as a masterwork of filmmaking and all this and all that. And then Doug Walker sees it as cinematic shit, pretty much.
To be fair, does Doug Walker like any movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
He loves movies. He loves movies. It's just the Nostalgia Critic reviews films that are bad.
Yeah.
At least to him, are bad. I mean, it's just like, I know a lot of people out there. Well, okay, I take that back. He started doing films that weren't just bad. He started reviewing films that were actually good but had problems with.
Yeah.
And stuff that he could make jokes about and be funny. Whereas Chris Stuckman is just a straightforward movie review. He does a few skits every now and again, but he's just more of a straightforward movie reviewer.
Yeah.
I will say this. Originally, when this debuted, it wasn't liked a lot. As a matter of fact, they only showed 5 episodes, and it was canceled.
And what was the reasoning behind people not liking it?
Well, TV Tokyo said, 1, it was too violent.
I don't think it's violent enough.
Some of the episodes get pretty bad. 1, it was too violent. 2, it didn't feel anime enough.
I can agree with that.
And 3, they didn't feel like anyone would get it.
I mean, I understand the basics, but it's not... Again, it's just not something that's reaching out and making me want to watch more of it. It's more like I just watched that.
Well...
Like, if I tried to do a getting cultured video on that episode, I have no idea what I'd say. I'd just say I didn't
say your criticisms.
I didn't like it. Nothing stuck out.
Okay, list reasons why you don't like Faye.
I just don't like her. Like, I wanted to, and I tried real hard, but I don't even like her look. As soon as I saw her, I disliked her.
Jesus.
I might just be in a mood.
Heather's just got a strong distaste for almost anything.
Cowboy Bebop, specifically.
Just anything. I think you're going to look at everything through through.
I really liked Pulp Fiction and Game of Thrones so far.
Well, I know that, but honestly, those are... A lot of people consider those universally appealing. Whereas this is an anime. You see,
I'm also very
viewing
picky.
Anime is... Go ahead.
I'm also very picky with anime, though. I'm insanely picky. If it doesn't meet certain criteria, I won't like it, and this meets none of it.
Really?
I'm super picky. There's only 1 or 2 types of anime I like.
Damn.
I like psychological horror. Erased, Attack on Titan, Elfen Lied. I guess Attack on Titan isn't psychological horror, but I like
certain parts of it is.
I like stuff that's more intense. Elfen Lied and Erased were Seraph of the End. I liked Seraph of the End. That's not super popular, but some of you will know. I like stuff that's really fucking intense. The first episode of Seraph of the End, spoiler alerts if you haven't seen it and you plan on watching it. Do you plan on watching it?
Maybe.
Well, never mind.
No, go ahead.
First episode, or a bunch of children just get slaughtered.
Okay, you're pretty much talking about all psychological horror anime that have come out since 2005. I mean, honestly, they did
First
that in
episode of Attack on Titan.
They did that in Dead Man Wonderland. They did that in King's Game. They've done that in so many anime.
I actually didn't
consider
really
it a
like
cliche
Dead Man
now.
Wonderland.
I consider it a cliche now. It's like, and a whole classroom of kids just gets slaughtered, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen that about. Actually, I'm counting now. 159 times. I'm sorry.
Elfen Lied. A bunch of people get slaughtered first few minutes.
Yeah. There's an anime movie I think you would like a lot. You know what that is?
What?
Gantz.
That's the one.
Gantz
it
Zero.
Starts in a subway or something, and the guy. I've read about it when I was looking for more animes comparable to Elfen Lied.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one that was recommended, and I remember being interested, and I actually couldn't find it anywhere online to watch it at the time. But I was also very young at the time and didn't really know how to.
Well, that could be one. That could be a movie, because there's a movie version out called Gantz Zero, and it's really good.
That was one that I actually had a lot of interest in.
It's actually on Netflix, Gantz Zero. As for the original Gantz, which you don't have to watch in order to get Gantz Zero. Actually, they explain everything in Gantz Zero, and then if you go back and watch Gantz, the original Gantz, you'll get everything you'll get everything and plus then some from Gantz Zero.
I actually am thinking, and I think I listed every single anime I like. That's not like Pokemon, obviously, but
Fair enough.
Like, I'm just real picky. I only like the intense horror anime, I guess.
Well, here's the thing. I used to be picky as well when it came to my anime. I only wanted a certain type of anime. And then somebody recommended a slice of life anime to me. I watched it. I thought it was okay. Didn't break any new ground for me. Didn't impress me. But it made me realize there's different tastes of anime that everybody has. And I respect your opinion on Cowboy Bebop. That's why I'm not going to be like the comment section on friggin' Crunchyroll and just be like, how can you not like this anime? It's the greatest anime of all time.
I'm getting slaughtered in the comments right now, and I'm not even here to defend myself.
Let them. No, you're not getting slaughtered. You're just getting shit posted. Here's the difference between getting slaughtered and getting shit posted. Getting slaughtered is when, in all honesty, you have nothing to rebut back with. You've got a lot to rebut back with because to you it's just your taste.
I mean, that's what it comes down to. I can't tell you why I don't like it. I just don't like it.
Well, James, there's a lot of people out there who are like James Rolfe has that about like he put out a list like his top 10 films that everybody loves, but he just doesn't get why everybody likes it so much. And like some of his films, I'm just like, really? You don't like any of those? And yeah,
I mean, that's kind of like me when someone says they don't like Harry Potter. I'm like, are you okay?
Parts of Harry Potter I don't like, but mostly I think it's a good movie series.
It's real good.
I don't like treasure it like most people do. I mean, I see it as like, good fun.
Eventually, Harry Potter will be considered a classic.
It's already considered a classic. Whether it stands the test of time, that's really up to Harry Potter.
Oh, it will. You
think so, but honestly, everybody thought Ben-Hur would stand the test of time.
Who?
Exactly.
So, to those of you slaughtering me in the comments right now, I can't defend myself. I'm not even here. So.
She's. Look, the thing about it is Heather has her taste. Maybe over time. Here's the thing about time. Over time, her tastes may change. Her taste may change, and she may think back on these episodes of Cowboy Bebop that she saw, and think, I'm interested to see how the rest of the story plays out. The rest of the stories play out, and maybe, just maybe one day. Not saying it will happen.
I mean, that's happened before with other things. How long did it take me to watch Supernatural? I think I watched the first episode of Supernatural 3 times before I finished the first season.
There you go.
An American Horror Story, I got 10 minutes in, I quit. I got 10 minutes in, I quit. And then I finished the season 1. I was like, holy shit, that was good.
Yeah.
It takes me time to warm up to things normally. If it doesn't grab me right away, it kind of sticks in the back of my head for a while. And so I might come around. But
you never know. But it's really all dependent on her. This is why we're doing this, guys. We're doing this to try and see if there's stuff out there she likes. Like, for instance, she liked Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
A lot. And she liked Pulp Fiction, and she liked Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, Silence of the Lambs was so good.
Yeah, and by the time you're watching this, it'll already be out. It'll already be out on YouTube.
It was so good.
I'm glad you liked it.
That was... Holy shit. That's my... Pulp Fiction was my favorite we've done, but Silence of the Lambs is my second. I really just prefer movies over series, to be 100% honest. Because a series is an investment.
It is. Well, it depends on the length of it.
Well, Game of Thrones we're going to be working on for like 40 weeks. So.
Depending on if we speed it up or not. I mean, it really all depends. I mean, if things go good on the Patreon, then honestly, I'll just give you $1,000 a month. And then,
oh, okay.
I'll give you $1,000 a month, and just be like, all right, let's just do nothing but watch movies and TV series.
I mean, the way my stuff is going, really hope that happens.
Oh, I know. I hope so too. I'm holding out hope as well.
I have been struggling. If you talk to me on Discord, you know.
Yeah. So that's what we're hoping for, guys. I'm hoping that we'll eventually be able to support the channel. Like, this is what I've said in the past as well. If we make enough off Patreon, we will go ad-free on YouTube. I will turn ads off on YouTube. Jim Sterling did it. I mean, I think Blind Wave's done it too. I mean,
that's fair.
No, because they make so much money doing this stuff, and
but it's unnecessary.
Well, yeah, I mean the ads are unnecessary.
And I mean, me, Nate, and Ben all want to be full time.
Yeah.
And the invitation to Micah is open. It's just that he's not really wanting to do full time.
Micah, I think, is more of the school of thought that Wyndham subscribes to, that eventually it'll become a job and eventually he'll start to hate it.
Yeah, so...
That's what I'm thinking.
But we want to become full time, and we want to be here and do more stuff and finish Game of Thrones in like a month.
Yeah. I mean, I know she wants to. I mean, I know you want to do Game of Thrones because you like it so far.
We'll do whatever you guys want us to, really, but we just got to get that support and that backing so we can.
Yeah, and
we want to start traveling, going to cons, and meeting you guys.
Yes, definitely.
That's like on my top. I would love to be able to say I went to a con in New York and met fans or something. How cool would that be?
The one here on the East Coast that's probably one of the I'd say
Gerard Way is always at Comic-Con. I want to fucking meet Gerard Way. Give me the opportunity.
I know you want to meet Gerard Way. I want you to meet Gerard Way. And me, I want to meet some of my heroes too.
We could go. It'd be so cool.
I mean, I've already met Chris Sabat. Chris Sabat to me is like one of my all-time heroes. I met him, and actually he gave me some of his information, and I've actually emailed him back and forth. It's cool.
We could have such a fucking ball meeting fans at cons.
Yes, I would love that.
That'd be great.
Yes, just travel and meet people. Go to new cities. Experience eateries there. I'm a foodie. I want to eat good food at other places. I mean, I want to go to Dragon Con in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then I want to go to
Atlanta scares me.
Why is that?
I've been there a few times, and every time I've went there, I've almost died.
Why is that?
Okay, buckle up, guys. So the first time I was on the interstate, I was 16 years old. Maybe not the smartest decision.
No, that's not good.
Maybe not the smartest decision my parents ever made, letting me, a 16-year-old, and my two friends that were also under 18, go to Atlanta for a concert overnight, mind you.
No.
So I'm on this interstate. It's many lanes, and and I lived here my whole life, and I had just gotten my license, so I was scared. I mean, and there's people coming, and I don't understand, high city traffic, how I'm supposed to let them over and also not rear-ended or, get rear-ended.
Yeah, it's pretty much...
It's difficult for people that live around here to understand that kind of stuff.
Well, it's pretty much give and take. I mean...
The highest we have is 3 lanes here.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I think it was 5 or 6. It was really...
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm up in New York. There's certain ones, it's 10 lanes across on each side.
Well,
going in and coming out.
This person starts flipping me off, and they're like bringing their car over, and I thought they were going to just hit my car, and I was like, oh, good, Atlanta's great. This is...
Yeah, in Atlanta, here's one thing I'll say. If we go to Atlanta, we will definitely need like a van or like a Chevy Tahoe and just dominate the traffic there, because that's the one thing. If you let the traffic make you your bitch, you'll do nothing but stay in the right lane, and you'll just pretty much just be prone there.
Oh, I struggled
until traffic dies down eventually.
Every time we left after that, I made sure the GPS kept me off the highway, and which is harder than you would think in Atlanta. And
yeah, agreed.
The second way I almost died, and this story is going to cause some issues, but
go ahead.
It'll be fine. We decided to go to Walmart. We were staying for 3 or 4 days for Mayhem Fest, actually, to see Avenged Sevenfold and Korn and stuff. And,
nice.
So we had went the day before, and then we stayed the day of, and then we stayed a day after. And because the parents of the people I took with me, we were all under 8. No, I was actually over 18. I was young.
You were.
I was 18 or 17. I mean,
I was younger.
I was young.
You're still young. You're 22.
So we're in Atlanta, and we need to go to Walmart.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that all Walmarts weren't like the Walmart we have here, because we only have Supercenters here.
Yeah.
So I just put in a random Walmart, the closest one to the hotel, and we go. It wasn't a neighborhood market or a grocery Walmart or whatever. It was a Walmart that was just a Walmart, and you walk in, and it was kind of like a Big Lots, is what it felt like a very small.
We had that.
I don't know. I was kind of concerned, and that's fine. But we're walking around. We're about halfway through, and my friend leans over and goes, "I haven't seen one white person."
And what's the problem with that?
Well, there's no problem with that, actually, Nate. The problem arose a little bit later when we're in the toy section, and because I was like, well, yeah, we're in Atlanta, the diversity's different here because we live right
it's
here.
Pretty much 50-50.
Yeah, and where we're from, it's
here it's like 95-5 or 90-10 at most.
Yeah, so it was different, but we were like, okay, that's fine. Like, we're in Atlanta, that's normal. So we're in the toy section, and this kid goes, "Look, Daddy, white people." I think I almost shit.
It's like he on safari or something. He's like, "Look, Daddy, white people."
But I almost shit because all I could think was we're in the wrong part of town.
It's just like up in New York, you're going through Bensonhurst, which is pretty much Jewish people and Italians, and all of a sudden a black kid comes walking through. All of a sudden, it's just like, look at that, kids. It's a black.
From everything I knew about like big cities as a kid, though, I go, we're in the wrong part of town. We're about to get fucking slaughtered.
No.
Like,
Here's the thing. I've been in neighborhoods, like, here's the thing. Me and my dad, we went through a rough neighborhood up in Philly. I mean, rough neighborhood.
Yeah.
There was trash everywhere. Here's how you know the neighborhood's really, really bad. There was an old man, homeless man, sleeping on a bench, covered up in newspapers, and underneath those newspapers, he was butt naked. And it was 30 degrees outside.
That's real sad.
30 degrees outside.
That's sad.
It is sad.
Another thing, when I had a friend that lived in Queens and that moved down here for family, not because she wanted to, but she was in Queens, and she pulled it up on Google Maps and was like showing me around her neighborhood. That's my school. That's where I saw a guy get stabbed. That's where I saw a guy get shot. And I'm like,
yeah. Well, me and my dad, we were in Philly, and we actually went to this restaurant. Said it had the best fried chicken in Philly. It was by far. But we walked out, and down the street, me and my dad, we hear gunshots go off. Everybody in the neighborhood just keeps walking like nothing happened. And me and my dad, we stopped like deer in the headlights looking for where the gunshots come from.
I would die.
Like, here's the thing. I'm used to hearing gunshots myself because I lived way back in the sticks, and there is no hunting season in the sticks. People hunt whenever the fuck they want because they don't got to report shit back there.
Yeah.
So, and plus, I'm used to dudes riding around in like a big old pickup truck, like a big Bronco pickup truck, and like dealing bootleg deer meat out the back of it. Like, they're going down the road, and they're got a guy in the loudspeaker in the back like, "Deer meat here, got fresh deer meat, fresh venison. Anybody want it now? And like, Tom, my neighbor, would like wave him down every now and again. He's like, "How many pounds you want?" And he's like, "I want like 5 pounds." Like, "Oh, we got 3 pounds. 3 pounds good for you?" He's like, "Yeah, 3 pounds good for me." All right, give him the 3 pounds of deer meat. And he's like, and next thing you know, it's like, "All right, boys, let's go back in the holler. We gotta go get another one." They go back there in the holler and they go kill another deer. They skin it. They gut it. They'd skin it, and they get the meat, and then they come right back out, keep selling it. That's how they made their living.
Okay, I have 2 more short stories.
Do you want to save it for the next video, or do you want to?
No, that fits this conversation.
Okay.
So, they're both other concerts. I used to go to concerts all the time before I got sickly.
Yeah.
It sucks. I can't go into pits anymore. I'm not advised to by medical. Anyway.
This is why we need weed being legalized in the U.S.
So, I went to Cincinnati. This was actually the last concert I went to by myself. No, it wasn't. But it was one of the last concerts I went to by myself while I was still able-bodied. It was the last time I was in a pit. And, I punched a guy in the face there.
Oh, shit.
Okay, well, the motherfucker I sat out. Okay.
Okay, either it was going to be on accident or intentional. It's intentional by the sound of it.
Okay. I got up, went to work, came home at midnight. I left, drove to Cincinnati, got there at 6 a.m., sat outside this venue until 6 p.m., went inside, stood another hour in the hot-ass pit till 7, then waited till 8 or 9 for Gerard Way to come on the stage, and this motherfucker had the audacity to put his foot in front of my leg and try to push me back out of my barrier spot. Excuse the fuck you. I attacked him so hard his nose started bleeding. And I've never really punched someone until then, but it had to happen. But what the story was actually supposed to be was while we were outside waiting, I saw a guy get arrested with his pants down in Cincinnati in the middle of the road in the middle of the day near a Kroger. And it was at Boggart's is the venue, if anyone was wondering. And the other story went to Charlotte to go to Warped Tour with some friends back when Warped Tour didn't suck ass.
It's canceled now. Warped Tour is no
more.
more.
Well, they're doing one more.
I know, but it's canceled after the next one.
This was back when the Used still was. Well, they're going this year, but the Used was there. Last time the Used was there was when it was, I believe. I think they might have been there another time since. Regardless, we were in Charlotte in this motel on like the interstate. It was not a great area, I guess, because my friend was outside smoking a cigarette, underage, of course, and some guy walked up to him and was like, "You got any drugs?" And Alan's like, "Nah, nah, man, I don't have anything." He's like, "Yeah, you sure about that?" And I'm like, "Alan, get the fuck in here, what the hell?" And so we had like 3 locks on the door all night. I swear, every time I go to a concert, something interesting happens.
Well, yeah, you're going to out of your element. Whenever you go out of your element, things can happen.
I still can't believe I punched that guy in the face.
I've seen worse at concerts.
I ended up driving home that night without getting a hotel, so I didn't sleep like a full 3 days. By the time I got home at 11 a.m. the next day after the concert, because it took me that long because I kept having to pull over, I had drank 6 5-hour energies to the point where they just weren't working anymore.
Yeah,
they were just making me sick, and I didn't think I was going to make it home.
Yeah, I've been there. And here's one thing I will say, Heather. It's not the weirdest thing I've seen at a concert, but I've witnessed a fight, well, actually a beatdown, rather. A guy and a girl, I'm not sure if they were in a relationship or what, but all of a sudden, the guy, for no reason, hauls off and just decks the girl. I'm talking like right in the face, right on the jaw. She goes down. An entire pit forms around this motherfucker. They take him down, and they commence to stomping a mud hole in his ass and walking it dry.
Fair.
And they actually called the police into the venue and arrested like 6 people on the floor.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it was a mess. The band stopped playing, and it was just like as a matter of fact, the band kept playing throughout the beatdown. But after the beatdown was over and everything, you know, someone was in there trying to help the guy get up and get out, and they couldn't move because the pit was so heavy. And eventually, the cops started to come in. When the cops started to come in, the band was just like, after their song was finished, they were going to play another one. The cops came in. It was like, all right, hold on, everybody, hold on. The police are here. We need need your just like a whole PSA.
Yeah.
And then they escorted everybody out. They arrested like 6 people, and then after the 6 people were arrested and were taken out, concert continued. Not the weirdest thing I've seen at a concert, but probably the most brutal beatdown I've ever seen at a concert.
Gosh.
Weirdest thing I ever saw at a concert. It was Seven Dust. The band Seven Dust. The lead singer comes out on stage, and he's got dreadlocks like down to here. Motherfucker cuts off one of his own dreadlocks, rolls it up in a joint, and starts smoking his own dreadlock. I know.
Okay, that brings up one more thing.
Oh, God.
It's not quite that bad, but it just kind of dawned on me. When I saw Escape the Fate, gosh, I'm sorry, I have to admit that I saw them. But it was at a local venue in Johnson City. And this band opened up before them, and the band was named Avatar, and they're a smaller band, is my understanding. The guy dressed up very theatrical in like this big red, like kind of like a circus host red, like a, but not like like a freak show host. It had like this big red thing, long black hair, top hat, had like this dramatic makeup, and he would scream like it was a screamo band, but then he would just like open his mouth very wide, eyes real wide, and just be dancing, and like it was terrifying. Look up that band. That band will scar you. And I was just like, oh boy, this is not what I signed up for. I came to see some girly boys.
This the dude right here, the dude by the name of LeJean Witherspoon. Check that motherfucker out.
He's cool. He looks cool.
He's hardcore as hell. Look at that nose ring, Jesus. But yeah, Seven Dust, and he's 45 years old, and he's from Nashville, Tennessee. That's awesome. But yeah, okay. So
actually, that band, they're from Sweden, formed in 2001.
Sweden, yeah.
So that's actually a well-known band, but this is the guy.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah, so that was a band I saw that I didn't know I was seeing, but honestly, it ended up okay.
Okay.
We've been talking way too long.
Yes, we have. The video has officially gone on 1 hour.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for tuning in if you've tuned in this long. And I guess until next time, we'll see you later. I'm Nate.
I'm Heather.
And we'll see you. Peace out.